Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is a week of what I've been warming. I've been really busy. There's all sorts of good stuff on the table. I also wanted to remind you that the Bring Back My Bar promotion started today. So it goes all through July into the second week of August this time, and you can do bundle and saves on the website. If you'd prefer to do a club, you can start one, you can add to what you have. It's a great way to not be quite so overwhelmed by 25 bars to check out, and I'm really glad that they're giving us a couple extra weeks. So also, I am very sad if you didn't get up super early. French Kiss and fried ice cream and Flirtatious were added to the clearance because I always update things on the first of the month, and I got up at about 5:30 my time, and already the French Kiss and the fried ice cream are gone. So early bird does get the worm when it comes to that kind of thing. But what do I have here to talk about with melting? I have tons of stuff where I was doing kind of half clams or quarter clams just to get through some piles, and it's all summery, well, most of it, and it was just fantastic. So let's dive right on in. I did forget last week to use up 2 clams that were in the bottom of my basket. And I also just bought a new basket to do a little bit of grouping of wax that I wanted to show you. Typically, I use this, which isn't super big, but it's about right for a week's worth of wax to put all the clams in, and we'll get to these in a second. But at Target the other day, I just found this guy who has a lid. And it was so cute, not very expensive. And most people probably don't melt the monstrous amount of wax that I do in a week. This would be a really nice thing for unsightly clamshells, or for your vendor wax, or even for piles of cotton balls and cotton cleanups, because then you don't have to see them. So I don't normally think about storage solutions, but this one is both attractive and very handy. And like I said, I just got it at Target, and I really wanted to show that to you guys because I'm going to be adding that as overflow and for my cotton balls to go with the other storage, which I put inside of one of my little glass hutches in the dining room. So now, wax. I'm going to focus eventually. I forgot these 2 in that basket that I've used for several years for my empties collection of clams. Coconut daiquiri, fantastic. Tart key lime, really nice banana, which isn't typically my favorite in wax. And then, of course, coconut. This was BBMB a few years ago, and it just smells like summertime. And I paired that with one that's in our catalog all the time, spring, summer now, and that is Sun Castles. This was a new release a couple years ago. One of my favorite spring, summer scents. It's got pistachio, coconut, and almond for sure. It's almost like you can eat it, but it's also beachy, suntanny, so good. Next, I have to say, there's a reason why you do a melting basket. Sometimes it's just to focus you, and sometimes it's to make you try something that you think you don't like. So I have a bar here that I ended up really loving, and I've whined about it for a long time. Pineapple mango. I know if you just watched my melting basket for July, I do love pineapple sorbet as far as my favorite singularly pineapple-y scent that Scentsy's made. Like, I don't really care for pineapple pucker, which to me is too strong. That's also retired. Pineapple sorbet, fantastic. But I wasn't being terribly nice to our pineapple mango here. And the other day, I just all of a sudden had a craving for a fruity floral. And I knew this was in my melting basket. I went and grabbed it. Now, it's not the longest performer, but oh my gosh, I loved this. And I think that's the first time I can say that. So it has that really nice, juicy, tart pineapple, a little bit of passion fruit, and then it's got the mango to go with it. I really liked this. And one of the bars that is available in BBMB is Belle Enchanted Rose, which is a nice old-fashioned rose, some passion fruit or passion flower, I think it's passion fruit, and then sandalwood. That pineapple mango, because that passion fruit note would tie them together, those would be really good in alternate warmers. So this morning, when it was first of the month and I did my party closeout order for all the things, I put some of both of those in there, and I cannot wait to melt them together. So that excites me. But since I'm out of Belle, I grabbed Hibiscus Sunset to go with the pineapple mango. And this one is out of stock on the website, but since it's still offered, you could throw this in a club. This is part of our gardens collection, and it is so good, you guys. I stock up on this every year. I don't really put it in my club, but it's got hibiscus, and this definitely has pineapple and sweet summer juicy berries, and it was very good with the pineapple mango. So, so nice. So another thing that was in that melting basket to focus my squirrel brain when it comes to too many options in wax to melt is Island Bloom, and this is the first time I've melted it in the appropriate season. I've only done this for the early review in what, February? Everybody said this was going to be a good bar. It's fabulous. Very strong, very creamy. So it's got, I think, coconut palm. It definitely has some floral. Oh, what else is in here? Watermelon for sure. This is a standout. And as much as I raved about Italian Sunshine for like the spring and early summer, this is a bar I will melt through to probably September. Gorgeous, creamy, sweet watermelon and tropicalness. Just, it refreshes you, and it's good and strong. So as far as the half clams, quarter clams, I had 2 sad little cubes left of this mango shortcake, which I threw in, I think, my little bubble blue warmer and left it in the corner for a couple days, just kind of going with several different things I put in. And this was a really nice one from our Go-Go Mango a while ago when it was a Senspirations collection. So I have one more full clam of this, and it's a gorgeous, very fluffy biscuit and whipped cream with your mangoes kind of smell. Loved that. Now, this was my week for randomly changing wax at weird times because I was home so much, and a lot of the things that I would do in the mornings, because it was so hot, I needed to change things out in the afternoon, because I do think that when you have your air conditioning on high and we have a ceiling fan here in the Florida room, that has been disturbing my wax scent distribution a bit. And of course, the family doesn't get that, and we want to be cool. But I'm finding that some of my mini warmers, especially the one that's right over here in the wall, it's actually not staying melted. And I think it's because the air from the fan has kept it in motion and kept the cool air, which is great for family members, but bad for wax, so cold that it isn't melting out. So I've been upping the cubes. I've been changing the wax more frequently because I want to smell my scents. And here's a bar that was a little bit of a problem child for me. Strawberries and Sunshine. I think that this was with our Mother's Day collection. There are 2 very similar strawberry and woodsy bars that were in different things over the last couple of years, so if I'm wrong, correct me. But this one, it had that white woods that, even though I love the scent, it typically gives me a headache. But I thought, I can't smell anything anyway. So I changed everything out of the Florida room one evening, put the Strawberries and Sunshine in, and lo and behold, with the fan going full blast and moving the scent like crazy, it was perfect. So if you happen to have a scent that you are afraid to melt because it'll give you a headache, it might be good to do it in the middle of the summer with high air conditioning. So this is strawberries, I think some sort of citrus, and then it's got white woods. I like white woods. White woods doesn't like me. I have the same problem with Tahitian Twilight. Gorgeous smell, gives me a headache, but it worked in that case. So that was kind of fun. Another day I was doing watermelon everything. So I grabbed a Teddy Bees, which is Sugarfoot. Now I like this scent, but I don't know if I would buy it again. This is watermelon, sugar crystals, honeydew melon, and birthday cake. I am trying to decide whether or not I like Vendor Wax birthday cake oils. It's not like Scentsi's Happy Birthday, which I love. This was good, but sometimes it smelled a little plasticky, and then sometimes later in the melt, I got good birthday cake, and then I got some of the watermelon. I will enjoy this. This is called a Forget-Me-Not size from Teddy Bees, but I don't know that I would rush out and get it again. It was pleasant. And I did that with a lot of watermelon tangerine. And then in a bedroom, I added lemon sorbet. And then just because some of my melting was not typical, to finish up the lemon sorbet, another day I used the other half clam of the lemon sorbet and the rest of We Don't Talk About Bruno. So this made a lemon lime jello scent. And this made an amazing watermelon lemonade scent. Definitely preferred this combination to this one, but Bruno all by himself wasn't terribly exciting to me. He was like blackberry, a little bit of lemon, and what's the other thing that was in there? There's another scent that's escaping me. It was just okay. So the lemon sorbet strengthened him, and it was good. But these two, this is one of my favorite direct mixes for all time in the summer. Lemon sorbet and watermelon tangerine. You can do watermelon tangerine with squeeze the day, or maybe even coconut lemongrass, that would be good. But there's something about the iciness and a little bit of grapefruit and lemon sorbet. These two, fabulous. And watermelon tangerine is so good, just the other warmers in the house. It was a really, really nice day when it's hot. Very refreshing. Next thing I've got here is one of my favorite melts for the whole week. Oh, Snapdragon, which is still available in clearance, and Paradise Punch, which is in the catalog. These two I had put in my melting basket, so you may have already seen them in the last video, but I'm so glad that Oh, Snapdragon's in clearance, and it doesn't seem to be so popular that if I didn't want to go grab some more, I could, or I couldn't, whatever that was supposed to be. This one is a gorgeous, watery floral with the fruit, because it's got almost like a sweet pineapple, I think. I should look at the notes of this. And then, of course, the Snapdragon, and it's fruity, juicy, watery, and so pleasant. And then if you need more strength, because that's only a medium, add a little bit of Paradise Punch and some other warmers, and all of a sudden you have fruit punch out the windows, but it's sweet and tart, and it's just perfect on hot days in the summer. There's a reason this one comes back every year for spring, summer, and it's so good. It's just Hawaiian Punch. Happy, happy, Scentsy Hawaiian Punch. Love it. Okay, another day I was brave and I went for a lot of lime, and I got out rainbow sherbet, which I'm slightly scared of. It's one of those scents that is so strong, but with the air conditioning issues, I figured it was a good time to do it. And it was. So I started with key lime and grapefruit, which is in the catalog. Very, very nice, sweet, sugary, citrusy scent. And the key lime is nice and punchy. And then I added only 2 warmers with 2 cubes of rainbow sherbet. And of course, the rainbow sherbet just took over. This is one of those beast scents. Like, it's just everywhere all at once, and you can taste it. So these two really, really good together. And then I was also looking through my bins thinking, is there something that I've been staring at that I just need to get rid of? That, like, it's a good scent, but I always pass it over. So I had one more clam of It's a Small World, which is like an apple, sugar, and I think lime smell. This is softer, a little bit more nondescript, but it went very well with those super tart key lime smells. And the rainbow sherbet is like a scoop of sherbet that just has key lime zest all over it. It's very, very good. But like I said, 2 cubes and 2 cubes, I was good. I actually could have only had that in the house and you would have known it. And with most scents, like 4 cubes for the whole dining room, front room, kitchen, that's not enough. It is with that one, at least in my house. So another thing that I was doing, because I was really in the mood for the aquatics and the very relaxing scents, some of the very first clam that I had, Pearlescent Coast, because I had tried this out initially. And it's funny how sometimes you just have a really distinct memory of when you tried a wax. When I got my kit this spring, Pearlescent Coast, and then that amazing seashell warmer that's an element warmer, I unpacked them, I think, at the same time. I think they came in the same shipment. And I really didn't know what to think of this scent, and I put it into a warmer where I had no idea if it would perform or not. Turned out that, at least for me, that warmer is one of the best element warmers I've ever had, and Pearlescent Coast for the notes, which I have a catalog right here. I should check them. The notes in this, I wasn't sure this was going to be a decent performer. Let's see what Scentsy says about this. Pearlescent Coast. Which one is it in? Lotus Blossom, it's in floral. Okay. Bamboo and apricot musk. Yeah, I wasn't super sure what that was going to do. It was a boomer in that seashell warmer, and it held its own in the air conditioning in my dining room yesterday, and it's really good. So this is one where I'm not going to club this at the end of the season. I got 2 full bars in a shipment in June. I will use them over the course of this month and next month, but if you haven't tried that, I think you should. The bamboo, the apricot musk, and the lotus blossom, it just gives it not too tart or too sharp of a fresh scent, and it's sort of cloudy and comforting too. Then with that, I did one of my all-time favorite smells that's in my club, good old summer rain. We had a couple of summer thunderstorms yesterday, and I thought, I've got to get out this scent. So this one is cyclamen, black lava salt, and all this sweet summer rain. There is something in here that hints of mahalo coconut, which I don't have in my club. So I'm very glad that I have this too. They're different scents, but there's something that they share. It's this blue, watery lusciousness that I just love. It's a very scentsy note. Other companies don't make that. And it was just fantastic. So sorry I'm hitting the coffee so much today. I'm usually not this thirsty, but whatever. And another day, I was doing the July scent of the month, which is currently available, and beautiful. If you haven't been paying attention to the scents of the month, at least the last two, the beautiful lemon with the sage and sugar, what is that? Lemon, sugar, and sage, I think is the actual title. And then this month's Blue Skies and Bergamot. They are gorgeous smells, not incredibly strong. If you have a good day, they'll be a good medium. But they're both really worth getting, and maybe even in the scent circle or the room spray. Oh, this is so good. It's got bergamot, it has bergamot, it has a really nice cloud musk, some lily of the valley, and beautiful, floaty summer sweet sky. I mean, you really can't put that in a note, but that's what they're trying to create, and they do a good job. This is a winner. I really, really liked it. Then with that, I pulled out a Teddy Bees. Fresh summer woods, and they complemented each other. If you happen to have this and you haven't melted it yet, it's time if your weather's looking like what I've got going on behind me. Oh, this is so nice. I could have done this in a loaf. I wasn't sure. This one has cottonwood, driftwood, orange blossom, vanilla, crisp, airy undertones. And literally, the cotton is still floating outside. You probably can't see it because I've got the background blurred with my camera, but this is exactly what standing outside on my driveway today next to the dryer vent that goes onto the driveway from, let's say maybe I'm doing lavender cotton or, oh, what's the new one? The water lily and bergamot for the scent stuff that's in your laundry. Like if you stand out there, you could really capture this like in real life around my house like today. Oh, it's so good. So I don't know that this is very popular. If this were to come back again in another RTS or pre-order, I would get a loaf. Really liked that because it wasn't like heavy laundry. It's just this beautiful, sweet summer floaty scent. Really captures a moment. So there was one day where all of a sudden I was done with fruity, I was done with floral, I was done with fresh. I wanted something substantial and more my kind of smell. So I grabbed 3 different scents and did them in different parts of the house. The Aladdin Prince Ali was a couple months ago thrown into clearance, and this has a really nice woody and lemon balance. It's not one of those bars where I need 20, but when I need a palate cleanser from all the sweet and the fruity and the freshy, very, very good. So I did the rest of that bar. I did a whole bar of one of my favorite leather scents, which I did pull from my club because I've got a bunch. Saddle Up. There is a sweetness to this that, let's say, sheer leather, which we haven't even seen in the US in forever, or Hometown Cowboy, or the White Amber Antique, which I love, those don't have that special note that's in Saddle Up that makes it a summery leather for me. It's so good. So it really smells like suede. It smells a little bit like tack if you go into like a Western tack room, but not super heavy like weathered leather. That one's too much for me, and I do really like leather notes. And then this has that little bit of outdoorsiness too. So good. I always crack up because Patricia Gates, and if you guys don't watch her, she's one of the most solid, long-time consultants on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to her channel, I rarely plug my friends, but I was watching her recently, and I'm just like, Patricia, if you watch me, shout out to you for your quality and your longevity with how you review. You just do a great job. Anyway, she always says that that's Burt Reynolds, which I'm just old enough to get it, and I think it's funny that's what she thinks of when she smells that bar. Last but not least, Marshmallow Woods. This is really good. It's kind of weird because I would think it was stronger, and it doesn't have any leathery notes, but it went very well with that. So this is cold milk, marshmallow, mahogany, and tonka bean. So it's got that earthy manliness along with the marshmallow. And it was just really comforting when I was sick of all the frou-frou and the sweet. So those were really, really good together. And then the last thing before we get to bedrooms, bathrooms, even my garage, I remembered to go check a clam that's been dying out there for 6 months. I got into one of the holy grail scents from Teddy Bees, the trifecta. I was brave. I cut this thing open this morning, and if you're not a Teddy Bees person, the reason this is such a just like crazy amazing scent is because it has to be poured in 3 sections. I know the next time that she was offering this, or the last time, she decided to condense it into 2, but that beautiful triple pour on these loaves just makes this really special. And people have said this scent is amazing, but that it's, for the most part, a little on the softer side. And I would totally agree. This is gorgeous. It's sort of like a very cozy, but summer weight, very fine cashmere sweater, like a little cardigan that would go over your sundress. This is cashmere cream, coconut clouds, strawberry boom boom, and then it's got all the different notes that go in that. So it creates this very nice strawberry, cozy cashmere, coconut cream, floaty feeling in your home. If I knew just how good this was, I would have probably ordered at least another tub in the last pre-order. If I can snag one in the RTS, I probably will, because you need volume with this. Even though this is cured, this was 7/12 of 24. Yes, this is perfect. This is cured for a year. It isn't voluminously strong. So really amazing smell. I see why there's folklore around it. And I really am going to enjoy that loaf and hope to squeeze in a little bit more in the RTS for my collection. So last but not least, a whole bunch of clams where there was 2 of this and 1 of this and 3 of that all over the smaller spaces. So I had some Barefoot Beach, which goes right up there with Sun Castles for one of the nicest beachy spring-summer scents that we offer right now. This one's got macadamia and driftwood and definitely a boatload of amber. It's really, really pretty. Next one, I was holding on to this 3/4 of a clam of Daydream Oasis for what felt like years. This is one that got pulled from the catalog a couple spring summers ago, and it's really good, but you're surprised how strong it is. And then for me, after it's been in for a bit, I'm kind of over it. Like, I really love it when it's going, but then it's too much. So it had pear blossom or pear leaves and some green aquatics and some wateriness. And this was really good. I think we had it in the cleaning line, but at this point, it's all gone in all the things. It was nice, and I shouldn't have hoarded that. I'm glad I used it. It wasn't so good that I was going to cry when it was done. Here's a funny clam. So our garage, that's really my husband's zone, and the older that I get, even though it feels like my schedule sort of clears out, it also feels like things get harder to do efficiently. So around Thanksgiving, Greg spends tons of time in the garage. He's fiddling around with doing our turkey, which I make the man fry it. He does a good job, but fry it out in the garage. He likes to be out there just putzing around. He likes to put up the Christmas lights early and all that. I say all that to say that I sort of decorated the garage for him last November. Never took any of that down. So the happy little light up Christmas tree warmer that looks like the old-fashioned porcelain Christmas tree, that's still what's out there. And this scent's been going in that for weeks. And obviously there's no more scent left, but this Find Your Happy Sunrise with Friends, not a bar I've wanted to do in the house. It's kind of like really bad teenage guy's body wash with oranges. This was not Scentsy's best. It sounded good when I got some out of clearance several years ago. I've had the hardest time getting rid of that. I will put better scents out there for the husband, and I should probably clean the stuff that's on top of the refrigerator off that's still Christmas. But at this point, we're 6 months in. I might as well leave it for next year, right? Anyway, thought you guys would get a chuckle out of that. Other things that were just normal, like going in bedrooms or the basement. I got through some more of Sorrento Breeze, which is part of the Destinations Wax 5-bar bundle. So nice. This is just super sweet. Don't actually remember what's in it at the moment. I think there's a hint of cucumber and then some greens, and it's fresh. Very, very, just a refreshing, happy smell for summer. The color tells you everything about it. This is the mood. And then I was using up some Coconut Blossom, which was a really nice scent of the month from a couple of months ago. So this one, along with the Lemon Sugar and Sage and the Blue Skies and Bergamot, those 3, this is the lightest of the 3, but they're really happy, gentle scents that I have been enjoying very much. Didn't really like the strawberries and cream all that much, Really loved the January scent of the month, Petals and Peaches, and I didn't even realize how good that was in pods until, of course, you can't get it anymore. There have been some nice, not super boomer scents for scent of the month so far, but being 6 months in, I've been pretty happy with them this year. And I'm very excited about the scent for August. It's something that I think a lot of people will enjoy. It's different. Blue water and sea salt. Now, this was in the Mother's Day collection, and to get it now, you would have had to locked it in your club already. This is so good. And I have my quarterly club, which is pretty hefty. And then at the moment, I have a bi-monthly club open where I'm throwing things in that are from LTOs from the spring, summer. And now that we are into July, it's a good time to start thinking, what do I want to save from the whole spring, summer season? So I know that the catalog switches over in March, but there are certain LTOs and things that maybe you had them January, February, March, April, May, June. Now we're in July. And it can be really, really hard to juggle everything when it comes to Scentsy Club. I have another video that I'm kicking around doing about managing, combining all those FAQs and things for Scentsy Club, but I want to wait till I get my next shipment of this bi-monthly thing, and I think we'll discuss those things then. But sometimes it's nice to just throw a bar into a club that you can kind of push out for a couple of months and forget about it until you know what's coming fall, winter, so that you can just experience bars, because they're so brutal with, you've got this for 2 months and then it's gone, with pushing new things on people, which that's the nature of retail. You know, there's always something new, there's always something shiny, there's always something different, but it gives all of us, even us as consultants, a certain amount of consumer fatigue, because you want to try something, but you don't know if you're going to recognize that it's good until it's already gone. So club at least kind of gives you a grace period for that, especially if you learn how to work the rhythms of it. So I'm like way off in the weeds. Let's get back to what I've been warming. The blue water and sea salt, I'm loving it. It's in that bi-monthly club. I'm so glad it's there. I think I might carry this forward for a while. And I can combine my big club with the smaller one in August, when I can weed everything out after we know about the new catalog for fall. And I ditch a bunch of the fall winter bars that hopefully are all coming back, or most are, we'll see. But this one, it's sweet. This definitely has cucumber. It's got a muskiness, and it has all this gorgeously salty, fresh, oh, just clean, crisp water. It's so good, you guys. Really, really like that bar. Paradise Petals. Here's one I should have clubbed. This is sort of an obscure bar where I think this might be my last one. Oh, it's so good. It had orange zest and beautiful white florals, and it's floaty and totally my kind of tropical middle of the summer scent, but it wasn't very popular and it wasn't a great performer. Like, it's medium level, and it disappeared from the catalog. I think it might have only been a 1-season wonder. It definitely only made it 2. So then next, Luxe Vanilla, which is part of the current BBMB. This and Exotic Vanilla are both vanillas. They're both more of a medium to small zone, but the Exotic Vanilla to me is a very fall, winter, warm and cozy body care bar. And this one is a very spring, summer, powdery, but also body care vanilla bar, almost laundry. This one, I needed to melt it a couple times to totally figure out what I was smelling. I feel like if you love newborn nursery, which most of us don't, you would love this. But if you wanted to like newborn nursery, but it's just so much baby powder and so strong, like it's so much, it can be very overwhelming if you don't love that bar. This is like newborn nursery light meets a sophisticated happy vanilla. Because I was trying to put my finger on, what is this powdery note? And I know it has cyclamen in here, which is a flower. Typically you see that in pretty pots, like late spring or early winter, when everybody is sad and you don't know what to give your mother for Easter or whatever. That kind of a house plant. I don't know, because I've never smelled those house plants smelling good, how cyclamen is able to translate for like a fragrance oil, but I know what the plant looks like. And then it has some other notes and that beautiful powdery vanilla. This is a winner. I ordered a couple more this morning and might even club that. I don't know. It's like right on the bubble. Next one, Santorini Blossoms. This one's beautiful. And this is part of the Destinations collection. I have this in that bi-monthly sort of waiting to see if I can keep it or not club. This is like the summery version of Italian Sunshine. It's got the coconut, it's got the amber. I think this has some tiare flower, and it's got like some berries or some palm creamy something. So good. Glorious Grapefruit. This one I had going in the basement. I think this is still available. I don't think this one's sold out. You can definitely club it. It's another one of the Garden Collection trio that goes with the Hibiscus Sunset. And it's just really, really nice grapefruit. It's a very honest, straightforward, juicy grapefruit. This is good with Seashore if you want to order both of them. If they're available on the website, they'd be good together for the other one being BBMB, but middle of the summer melting. Really nice. And rounding out this long, rambly video, which you guys seem to like, is Cactus Flower. This is also a BBMB. This is a really nice spa scent. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit bitter. It balances those notes. It's got the green tea. It's got this lime thing going on. Beautiful bar, very refreshing. If you're looking for that tranquility-inducing, just gorgeous spa scent, this is it. I really like it. Now, if I had Mediterranean spa to choose, I would take that even on top of this, but with no Mediterranean spa in sight, this is a really good substitute. So this is Elizabeth Quinn with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. I hope you have enjoyed my What I've Been Warming. It's a little bit of a ramble, but I do have a couple of smaller hauls that'll probably combine to do like a summer haul video. I, for the first time, went into club exclusives on the news tab. There are a couple things I'm going to talk about here at the end of the video because I don't know where else to put these things that I just discovered. You all know I'm not much on technology. So when we get updates as consultants that this is a new feature or that's a new feature, it takes me ages to adopt or really look at these things because I'm slightly scared or overwhelmed typically. One of them has been around for quite a while, and that is that if you have a Scentsy Club, on the regular website, you can access with your account in the corner, like it's a drop-down tab thing, that there are subscriber exclusive products available. Well, I found something new and shiny in there that has been around a long time, but they retired it and then it's not in clearance, but they put it in here that I really thought, ooh, that would be nice for the middle of the summer. And I threw that and a few bars and some other things from clearance into a shipment. But there are things, if you are a club subscriber, that you can check out in that special section on the website that you can throw into a regular order. And it's only available if you subscribe to club. And then one other thing that was totally an aha moment for me, even though I've seen the news articles, I just never put two and two together. If you happen to be a customer who would like a party, but the idea of contacting me or your consultant personally makes you a little bit uncomfortable, or you just don't have the time, or it's too much effort, we now offer a party link, which is super cool. You do still have to contact your consultant to close it out, though, so it's not a completely private thing. But you can open what is essentially a party, and it's a shopping link that you can get in there. You can create it. It can be open up to 90 days. On my side, it will look exactly the same as a regular party order. But you create it, you can send it to all your friends, you can see it in the party tab, you know exactly what your rewards are, you know when it closes, none of that stuff has to be done through your consultant. It's so cool. But at the end, which you have to have at least $250 worth of merchandise to receive the credits and the rewards, you still do have to contact me or whoever you work with to close it out. But that is a really cool perk that somehow I hadn't put two and two together was available. So that is something you could even do now for BBMB, and because you can open it for 90 days, you could do July purchases, August purchases, and September purchases. And then depending on the exact dates, you might be able to scoop up some things that would be maybe a harvest collection or some of our other exciting fall LTOs as your rewards. So just things to think about. I am totally talked out now. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. God bless. Bye-bye.